life. Tears stream down my face as I look at my little girls. Why did they grow up so fast? Why did they grow up at all? I fear for them.
I was only a 7-year-old child when my parents gave me away to be wedded to an old man I did not know. I used to cry every day and night and ask myself, why did my parents abandon me? Was I so undeserving of their love that they were not willing to fight for me? Or was money more valuable than the life of their only daughter? They were the first in my life, but they brought the worst to my life.
It seems as though I was destined for pain and suffering. It seems as though greatness was never part of the equation that is my life. I had dreams. When I was 4 years old, I wanted to be a princess. And when I turned 6, I was ready for school with big dreams of being an astronaut. But now, the only thing I dream of is freedom. My heart knows no pleasure. My soul has grown cold. In a moment, my life had changed. I was no longer a child. I had been ripped of my innocence. Before my first kiss, I was married. Before I could experience puberty, I was pregnant. I am a wife and a punching bag to this monster that terrorizes me daily.
But mostly, I am a mother who will fight until her last breath to ensure her children do not go through the same difficulties.
By the thoughts of having thoughts that I can't define. Thoughts that float into the dangerous tide that is my mind. Uncontrollable thoughts that drift from side to side and fill up my mind like the sands of time.
The thoughts that help me lose my mind and make me wonder with time if I even have a mind. And if I have a mind, I wouldn't let them cut off my mouth. The same mouth that will help me speak my mind.
Like a fire that torments with rage. All you want is for my life. The same to let it spread and blaze and cause me pain. Is it not enough that I can't go to school? I'm a bride whose heart is filled with sorrow, never knowing what might come with the light of tomorrow.
I'm a teen who's forced to marry a man who is practically my dad. Oh, how life can just be so sad. I'm mute, bruised, abused, and misused.
It seems like yesterday I was a child, and now today I'm with child. I'm a child prisoner of sadness, born to be sold to all this madness by a person who once brought me happiness. Thanks to this scarf I constantly wear, I can camouflage my sadness. And like a good wife, I'll cover my broken heart with a show of gladness. I try to slice out this feeling, cutting away the pain, but you can see through my eyes, I'm on the edge into a sea of tears. My life slowly disappears.
I am fighting this anger inside, and you are the cause of this hatred inside me.
I am pleading because little heroes go down the drain. Future leaders, they cry so loud but no one seems to listen. I am forced to obey and marry someone that I don't love.
I am 10 years old. I'm 10 years old, but my marriage will be my childhood.
I want to be free. I want to take charge in my own life. I want to make my own decisions without being oppressed by society or the law.
I want to choose the life that I want. I don't want to be trapped in a marriage and be robbed of my life and end up fighting battles that are beyond my capabilities and strength.
I don't want to end up in a lifeless marriage with no education, no dreams or goals achieved. I want to be free.
Allow me to have a bright future. Allow me to reach for the stars. Allow me to become a doctor, to become a nurse, to become a performer. Allow me to be successful. Let us fight for a non-racial, non-biased, and gender-equal nation.
I want to live my life with nobody stopping me, with nothing putting in negative energies on me.
We are Afghanistan, and we are tired of being silenced.
I want to be free.
Set me free. Set me free. Set me free.
I reminisce the day like it was yesterday. We were sleeping on the floor when my husband woke us up in the middle of the night. He wanted money for his next fix. Yes, he was a full-blown addict.
I've been married to this man since I was 7 years old. A man 20 years my senior. But now his addiction has become worse, becoming more dangerous for me and my family.
He demanded my ring, the only piece of jewelry I possess. Mind you, I am a woman. When I refused, he grabbed me by my head and bashed my head onto the wall until my brain started protruding from my skull.
I made a few meaningless cries, not wanting to wake up my daughters. I remember feeling a little unconscious, and my head was throbbing. He pinned me down to the floor, took a knife, and cut off my upper lip and nose.
How could I not see this coming? He showed me the signs of being a gruesome monster long before he deformed my face. He wanted us to divorce so he could sell our 2 daughters.
Sell them off for a few thousand rands for each of their virginity. Sell off my children so I could get high. Hollow moments of being surrounded by smoke and feeling like you're on cloud 9. What kind of father does that?
No!
Who does that?
I refuse to divorce this monster. I was not going to be like all the other women who just stand by and let their child get married to an older man just because the man has spoken. I fought with him. I was not going to let my child go through the same fate I go through every day of my life. I would rather take all the beatings and the rapings than let my child suffer the way I do every day.
He always cared about me, you know. He told me daily that I was a pretty girl. So how could he turn something he once thought was a work of art into something my youngest daughter can't even face? I'm a woman without a nose and a lip. All for drugs.
How could my parents let this happen to me? Not that they knew their daughter's face would be rearranged, but still, they should have had protected me from this awful man, from this dreadful life. That is what parents do. That is what I was trying to do.
That night was the last night that I saw him. He ran away and left me to drain. They say I was found unconscious laying in a pool of my own blood. And he had called himself my husband. A man who had left me with a missing nose and lip, all for pills.
This is our story. This is our freedom.
What she needed was an education, not marriage.
Rest in peace.